We are live at the Outfield Podcast.
You want to start us out? You want to start us out?
No.
Welcome back to episode 19 of the Off the Field Podcast.
What's up,
ladies and gentlemen, the bench warmers. I'm back. Art's back.
I'm back.
Well, you never left.
I never left. I'm still here. Let's get it going.
That's right. Art and I were just in the ATL Atlanta, and that makes Art the very first guest to appear twice.
Hey, let's
How do you
go.
feel,
I
Art?
feel honored.
We blessed you with it.
I feel honored, man. I'm like your guys' biggest fan.
He really,
He really
is. It only made sense. This is literally 2 days after we got back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
2
yeah.
days.
So Art's here to talk about all of that, and of course I need to tell all of you, we post the audio Spotify version of this podcast 2 p.m. on Thursdays, and we post the video version 2 p.m. on Fridays on YouTube.
Check it out. Don't be late. We love it when we get notifications of people liking it, checking it out, just feedback. Let us know.
And
that-
subscribe.
Yes,
Hey, like
always
he said.
subscribe.
And follow the Instagram page.
Of
Oh.
course. All of it. Do it. Or else Art's going to be
No.
upset. And he's going to make a very bad, not bad quality, but bad painting of you. Like,
It's going to be an
people-
angry painting.
people are going to laugh at you. They're going to see it and they're going to be like, damn, that's you? Be like, yep.
That's
You know what he's
me.
going to do? He's going to make like a very, very rude caricature of you.
Yeah, there you go.
Big ass buck teeth.
And now we didn't do this last time Art was here. Our recurring news segments, which is Hot Top and Around the Horn. Hot Top is the breaking news, the most popular thing going on in the world right now that we can think of or find.
And we got a
and
couple.
usually Mobo tackles that, so go for it.
Like I said, we got a couple, ladies and gentlemen, for those music lovers out there. New Kendrick just released today on the day of.
A
that
whole
we're
album?
recording this. No, he released a song with Baby Keem called The Hillbillies.
Oh, their last, well, I like 16. That's a good song.
Okay, yeah.
And
that's a great song. But,
Family Ties is them, right? Also?
Oh, yeah. Family
That's
Ties
also
is
a
them.
great song.
Hey, shout out to Kendrick though. He sat out in the bleachers with the
Yeah.
Dodger fans that one time.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. He was
He sat
signing
out
a
with
bunch
them,
of
yep.
autographs, saying hi.
Mhm.
He was
a
cool.
good-
Down
cool
there.
dude.
But within the video, there's Tyler the Creator too, and he kind of hinted at the possibility of Baby Keem and Kendrick Lamar performing at his festival that he's going to throw this year.
Camp Flogna?
Yeah. I want you to go.
He's throwing the whole
I mean-
festival himself.
Yeah, so before the pandemic, Tyler was doing it, I think, for I want to say at least 5 years before. And it's been pretty popular. I know Cap saw
Cap
Juice
and
WRLD.
Kirsch.
Yeah, they both saw Juice
Yeah.
WRLD there, and then I think Kirsch had gone maybe before.
Mhm.
But that's kind of on the musical aspect. Now, as far as some hot topics within sports,
Wow.
I'm gonna let my man Art take this. Can you tell us what happened over the weekend for the finals for the Mexican League?
Oh, it was Chivas versus Tigres.
Chivas Tigres, and what happened? Let them know.
Chivas was winning 2-0. My dad's a Chivas fan. I'm naturally a Chivas fan.
Have to be.
So it was 2-0. I was hyped. I was feeling myself. I was like, where's the tequila?
He
We're going to
was posting
celebrate.
stories.
I was posting stories.
He pulled a Javi. Did you pull a Javi? Were you premature celebrating?
They're celebrating with the
I
million.
was, I was celebrating, but I never said like game over. But I was
Yeah.
like, I was feeling good. 2-0 in soccer is a nice lead.
Especially at the half.
Yeah, at
That's
halftime
a
I was
lot of
like,
momentum.
"Ooh, finally!" Like my dad's a big Chivas fan, so like, you know, like it was like a special dad son bonding time.
Okay.
And then things just did a whole 360. Boom!
What happened? Let us know.
They tied it up. They went to overtime, and at overtime, I just felt like Tigres was being a little bit more aggressive. I was like, "Ooh, like Chivas needs to like play like 10 more minutes so they can go to penalties." And penalties is just a coin flip now.
Really?
But it didn't get to penalties. Tigres scored and Chivas lost.
Oh,
Damn.
Did they score like right before the end of the game?
Maybe like 8 minutes before, maybe.
Amen. Oh, dude, that that
So
went by
it
quick.
was. I just had like a whole deja vu of like my team's just like blowing it, like, you know.
Yikes.
Falcons.
Chargers 27-0, Dodgers losing to the Padres, Lakers getting swept, USC losing against some school from Louisiana, and then Chivas. So
That was a pretty bad one, man. I feel sorry for all the Chiva diehards out there. I know there's a lot of people that I personally know that are hardcore Chiva fans. Like you said, just roots back to their family, and yeah, it just was not a pretty time for you guys over the weekend.
And
And-
then you hear all the fans from America just trolling us, bro. And I was like, man.
One of my friends is like a big soccer head, and believe it or not, you're gonna laugh at this, Austin. He has out of like the last couple teams that were in like the finals, he had all of their jerseys, and he's like, I was just waiting to pick out whichever one won, so I could.
Oh my! It's like those fans, like when two teams are playing, they wear the same jersey, and then the team that they have on, they're like, damn it, and then they're mid taking it off, and then it's the team that won, and they're like, yeah.
Dude, those fans are not fans, bro. Those guys are some menaces.
Oh god! All right, and just for the last hot top, this is kind of a spicy one right here.
Mm-hmm.
So on Twitter over the weekend, there was this like super right wing, like Christian.
Is this the Dodger news?
This ties into the Dodgers news. So obviously June is Pride Month, right?
Yeah.
Now a lot of the conservatives and right wing people, they call a lot of like the LGBT plus community the LGBT mafia. Because they're trying to take over, like, I guess, the way they depict everything and how they want to go about it. And at the end of the day, like, love is love, you know?
Yeah.
Let people love whoever they want. Like, why should you care? It's not even your life. So,
Yeah.
like, stay the fuck out of it.
Uh-huh.
There's this girl. I'll show you the picture. You can put it in if you want. So, it's Pride Month, right?
Yes.
And in rainbow colors,
Uh-huh.
she highlights a specific word within that phrase. And she blacks out everything. And she put this.
Oh, okay.
So, within Pride Month, you could spell the word demon.
Yeah.
She highlighted demon with the rainbow colors, and she's like, is this what you want? So the gay community has now adopted that and empowered it to themselves to now buy all the shirts and to rock it like, I'm a demon, yeah.
Slay.
Yeah. And oh my god, they're making like more jokes about it. Like within Pride Month, they're saying emo is now the new killer.
Not the picture of Squidward.
And I feel like this is all just kind of hitting the fan now because of what the Dodgers had kind of gone through. Art, do you want to take this?
So
Target did something similar too.
Target, really?
Yeah, they took away like a lot of like rainbow stuff away from the shelves.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I saw
So-
that one on TV.
this is our Let's Go Around the Horn conversation where we talk about sports news, and they were talking about this controversy that the Dodgers are in. I have no idea what they're talking about. I told them to save it for this because we were starting in like 5 minutes. So go ahead, because I don't know what you guys are talking about.
So let's see.
The Dodgers,
They're celebrating like they're having like a Pride
Giveaway?
Pride
Like,
Day at
yeah.
Dodger Stadium,
pretty
Yeah.
much.
and
They take away the giveaway?
no, they
So-
didn't. They excluded a certain group.
So the group was called the Sisters of something.
Uh-huh.
So basically, it's the LGBTQ plus community that dresses up as nuns, and they kind of take that whole spin of it and they make it into like their own way.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, the Dodgers excluded that group.
Interesting.
So everybody else, like lesbians, homosexuals, everybody was allowed to go except for that specific group.
Yeah.
Because specific people thought that they were making fun of Christianity and all this stuff.
Because there were like some people dancing on the cross, and I guess they just said they were making fun of it, right?
Yeah, and the Dodgers were pretty much like, you know what? That's not gonna fly with us. Hell no. And they excluded them and they banned them from that night.
Huh.
They banned that group from Pride Night,
Even
Yeah.
though they had been invited the years before.
and there was
Huh.
no issues with it at all.
Wow.
So now, when they did that, the Dodgers like tried clapping back with Christian Faith and Family Day.
Wow.
And the Dodger like fan base that are part of the community,
Yeah.
the community, they obviously went up in arms. People were starting to like not riot, but they're starting to like protest against it.
They feel the pressure from both.
Uh-huh.
They felt the pressure from both sides.
Yeah, they really did. Because I mean, obviously, it's such a fine line. It's such a like gray space now
Yeah.
for both topics.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, it's kind of like you choose what you want to do, which is of course, you know, you represent what you want to represent.
Yeah.
And the Dodgers, they like with their tail between their legs, let the group back for the Pride Night, and is gonna like not praise them, but give them like their moment within the game. And not all the Christians and all the religious people are clapping back, being like, "I can't believe you guys caved. This is such bullshit.
You guys
Like,
sold out. You
well-
guys sold out.
Yeah.
What would God think?" And then on top of that, a player by the name of Clayton Kershaw,
I was gonna say, you guys said Kershaw said something.
he now gave his own 2 cents about it, and I don't really know much about it. So, Art, would you mind just giving us?
I'll paraphrase. Like he said something along the lines that like he's all for people doing whatever they want, like whatever you are.
Mm-hmm.
But he just didn't. He felt like it was disrespectful for them to be making fun of Christianity. In short term.
Pretty
Yeah.
much that.
No matter what, when it comes to these kind of topics,
Yeah.
people are going to be angry.
Without a
People
doubt.
like you're not going to please everybody.
Mm-mm.
It happens every time when you get on. It shouldn't even be a touchy subject, but you know the world we live in.
Bro, but they've had these for like the past couple years.
I know.
So like I don't know what
Why everyone's going? Probably because they weren't going to allow that group.
they've
And-
had both. They've had Pride Day and like Christian Faith Day before. So like
There's no issues
Crazy.
about it, but I think it's just because of the tension of with the with the whole nuns thing
Mhm.
that probably just sparked everything.
Yeah.
Now it's like I don't know. Where do you think the Dodgers are at regarding this, like PR wise? Because obviously they're kind of in a hole, but at the same time they're kind of not. I don't know. What's your opinion, Art?
I'm glad I'm not like I don't have to make a decision because they're taking it from both sides and they don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Hey yo.
Oh,
Nah, I'm kidding. But back to our boy Ozzy right here, the Ozmeister. Around the
Oh, hi.
horn, dude. Ben
Joyce.
to be completely just true to the name, Benjamin Allen Joyce, the right hand
This guy
pitcher.
this guy got his full name.
Dude, he's a freak of nature. 6'5",
Yeah.
225. Bro is built. He's from Knoxville, Tennessee. And fun fact, he's a twin.
I didn't know that.
His twin, I believe his name is Zach.
You know how shitty that must be for the other guy?
Oh my God, you're bent. I'm Zach.
Well, and also it's like, bro, we're the same looks, same everything. You just are in the majors.
Dude, oh my God, that must suck.
what if his twin is actually like very smart and is like creating?
Nobody cares about intelligence. I'm
want records.
kidding. I'm kidding.
And then our other boyo here, Samuel Dwayne Bachman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right-handed pitcher that is 6'1", 235, and he's from Indianapolis, Indiana. So go the Indy 500.
I have Sam Bachman's autograph on a card somewhere up there, where the whole point of this begins with they both got called up.
Yeah, I mean, let them know.
Yeah, we have Ben Joyce in the bullpen now. We've known about him for a while because he throws like 100. I think he's reached 104. I'm pretty
So
positive.
he throws 100 in his sleep, huh?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I actually did a little bit of research before this. He's thrown the fastest pitch ever by a college pitcher, period. And
What
that is
was
the
it?
104 that he hit
104?
in Tennessee.
Yeah.
Dude, I saw him throw on Twitter. I saw him throw like sinkers that were like 100 miles per hour.
Oh yeah, dude.
100 miles per hour, bro. Sinkers.
I hope
That's
he
with
stays healthy,
movement.
I really hope he does.
The
Like, I
only
hope he just
scary
pans
thing
out.
is throwing that hard is you got to fear for Tommy John. So hopefully he'll never have to go through that. Sam Bachman, originally drafted as a starter, is currently in the bullpen.
Yeah.
But I'm glad they're both here. We need a bullpen, and why not call them up from within the system instead of going to look for somebody else?
Here's the thing where I'm confused. I've seen mixed messages from different people and different sources. Are
Hold
you
on, hold
for
on.
bringing up younger pitchers? Like I thought an advantage of having somebody that's skilled and that's able to play that young is you can develop off of those skills and what you already know and can adapt.
I think they'd rather them develop more in the minor leagues. And when it comes to a team that is the Angels, I say screw that. Because, like,
What do we have to lose at this point?
yeah, exactly.
Let them rock, bro.
Like, it's not like you're replacing Trout. You're replacing who?
It's like literally people are thinking that we're going to Joe Adele Trout. Like we're not going to choose Joe Adele for Trout.
Like, Jimmy Herget needs to sit down for a couple of days. Who cares? Call up Bachman, call up Joyce.
Let them get their feet wet and
Like,
just try it out.
Oh,
we
I
get
thought we're watching the Angel game,
That
by
was
the way.
close.
Yeah,
By
I
the way,
thought he
we
got
just
him.
saw the
That was
Angels
close.
blow a 3-1 lead.
Yeah, typical.
Typical.
But yeah, they're both here. Neto hasn't even been in professional baseball for a full year, and he's already called up. And hold on, get the headphones. No, he's in there.
Safe.
Anyways, Zach Neto, I watched him get drafted last July. We're
No
not
way.
even in this July.
Oh God.
He went to Double-A immediately. Well, I think immediately, and is already our shortstop.
Oh, I hope we keep him long term and he does well.
Hey, when you can play, you can play. I think they should let him play.
Yeah, he's balling, and dude, the glove. Oh my God.
He's a wizard.
He really is. It reminds me of Andrelton Simmons with the glove.
Oh my God.
And
we got a baby
Hey, shout out to my boy Bobby Miller though.
Oh, Bobby Miller did.
Dodgers.
He called us another
we're not
one.
the only ones calling up prospects.
How's Bobby Miller been for you guys?
Hey, Bobby Miller's been legit. I think he's pitched the 11 innings, 2 runs, 9 strikeouts, 2-0 to begin his career. Throws 100
I remember when he got a card in MLB The
consistently.
Show,
Easy.
and everyone was afraid of that card.
Was he like the new Randy?
It was like 2 years ago.
I don't think he's Randy, but he's
no,
up there.
as a
like the
card.
game.
Oh, as a card. Oh,
In the
'Cause-
video game art, everybody mashes either Shohei Ohtani or Randy Johnson. There's no in between.
Like 2 years ago, Bobby Miller had a Future Stars card, and anytime I saw that card, I was like, "Oh God!" like this year, it's Bob Gibson. Bob Gibson's 99 card. Every time I see it, I'm like, "Oh no!"
That broken?
Yes, it's scary to face. But yeah, we've called them up, and I hope they're here to stay. I hope they aren't just a quick turnaround back to Rocket City.
I mean, don't get me wrong. We love the Trash Pandas, but we don't want them to be Trash Pandas.
hey, shout out to the Trash Pandas. I love their logo.
Me too.
Greatest logo of all time.
When I first found out about them, didn't even know they were our AA team. And then when I found out they were our AA team, I was like, "Oh my God, what?"
Hey, what state do they play in?
Somewhere in Alabama. Yeah. Apparently that's where Rocket City is. But yeah, that's going around the horn in the sports news. And now, let's talk about Atlanta. We just got back. We got lots to talk about. And do you want to kind of be the interviewee? Because I know you wrote down questions.
I did. So let's just jump right into it.
Okay.
ATL.
Yeah, that's Atlanta. Yeah.
That's all I got.
That's all.
No, I'm kidding.
All right, thank you for coming.
No, but let's see. So, how was the trip for you guys?
It
I mean,
was
overall, just give me kind of like a general like.
I enjoyed it. City's dope. People dope. Some people could be rude, honestly.
No
I
way.
thought so. Not a lot, but there were like,
Just a little sassy.
yeah, sassy.
And the Waffle House.
Oh my God.
Oh, you got.
Well,
you
we
went to
can-
Waffle House.
We
went
can
to
go
Waffle
from
House.
beginning to end. So we flew out of LAX.
Was it a red eye that you guys took?
Would you consider that a red eye? It was 9:50 at night.
Oh yeah, that's a red eye.
Okay. So we land in Atlanta at like
5:30 in the morning.
5:30 a.m.
And you didn't sleep on this.
I didn't. I can't sleep. I maybe got an hour.
Or did you knock out on the?
I knock out. I always knock out.
He literally told me when we left, he's like, "Bro, I downloaded like 5 movies. I'm gonna watch
Dude,
all of them." He didn't watch a single second.
I have Netflix, but I never use it. And I told Austin, bro, I downloaded like this movie. I downloaded this movie. I downloaded this movie. I'm set for the flight. I think I put on my music for like 3 songs, and next thing I know, like my head's going like this.
Oh,
no,
that's
and
the
even
word,
better.
bro.
So I got us both aisle seats.
Yeah.
He's like falling into the aisle, not just his head, like his whole
Dude,
body.
I was going like this.
Yeah, and once like half his body fell in, he woke up. He was like, and I was like, "Oh my God!" I see people's heads go like that, but this dude's whole body was ready to fall out of the seat.
Grown ass art just.
Oh my God! And then okay, so we landed like 5:30 in the morning, and one of the top places people told us to go, Waffle House,
Oh, how was it? Let me know.
and that was also the other thing. They were in Arizona when we went to WBC. We almost went to one.
But it was closed.
Yeah, it was closed, and I kind of like was telling myself I didn't want to go because I was like, they're not even like the thing in Arizona. Like they're the thing in Atlanta,
Yeah.
and so I saved it. We went to one right away, and we get out of the car. I'm like, oh,
At first, it was sketchy because there was no one there.
Nobody.
We're like, what the hell?
Oh, so it was like a movie, like just an empty ass diner. You guys walk in, you're
there were like 2 workers,
yeah.
and then I'm like, all right, let me just get a clip really quick, and then I'm filming, and the lady's like, are y'all eating here? And we're like, yeah, and she's like, we're closed. We're not taking orders. And we're like, you're 24 hour. What?
Yeah, I was like, isn't the whole hype like it's open 24 hours? You guys could eat here anytime.
So it's not 24 hours, or they just close the kitchen for that time.
So yeah, it's a combination of their cleaning and waiting for the next shift.
oh,
So
okay.
they start cleaning like maybe like 30 minutes before like the next shift comes in.
Yeah.
I got rejected at a Norm's one time like that.
Really?
You know Norm's is 24 hours.
Yeah.
I straight up walked in like at 2 a.m, and they were like, "We're not gonna serve food till 5.
The hell.
So you're better off going somewhere else." And I'm like, "All right, cool."
I've never had that problem here until that Waffle House experience.
Oh, I mean, apart from that, was it good?
Well, so we were like, well, what the fuck? And then she's like, oh, there's one like down the street, like literally like 5 blocks that way. And
Oh.
we're like, hey, Uber. He hadn't left yet. He was still there. And we're like, can we like, if I do it on Uber again, will it pop up for you right now? And he's like, and then he said Zelle. And Art's like, oh, he said we can Zelle him. So we Zelled him to take us like 5 like
He
5
was
blocks.
but he didn't like overcharge us. He's like, oh, look how much it is
Yeah.
on Venmo, on Uber, and I'll like, that's what I'll charge you, and just send me through Zelle.
Yeah.
Oh, that's tight.
And then, so we go to that one. We go in, menus immediately. Also, nobody there. And we're just chilling. And then people start coming in more and more after us. And she's like, come back in 30 minutes. Come back in 30 minutes. And me and Art are just like, why did we get lucky? Like, how come we got sat down? And then I think after like 5 rejections of people,
It felt weird though, like they were rejecting people,
yeah.
and people were like, so why are they here?
Yeah.
Wow.
And she kept telling them they ordered their food. Like, that's why. And then I was like, why were we the exception? Like, and then she's like, I know it seems weird, but like, you guys are fine, but we had an incident here like an hour ago, and the cops were called, and so we're just trying to clean up and keep it chill. And it's like, Waffle House, getting the full experience. And then, so that happened, and then our Airbnb did not open till 2 p.m. and
Jeez.
we finished eating at Waffle House at like 7 a.m. So we're like, what do we do now? So we go to Olympic Park. That's in the middle of downtown Atlanta.
Clean, right?
Yeah.
It was really clean.
Clean city. And not trash, no hobos. It was very nice. And so then we walk around. We got there right. I didn't think the park would have hours. It did. It opened at 7. So we got there right when they were opening the gates. We go in. We're like, oh, pretty cool, pretty cool. And I kept telling her, I'm like, we probably should feel lucky to be here right now because I feel like this gets packed when the day goes on.
Yeah.
And then, so we were there for like 20 minutes, and then I'm like, hey, you know the deal? You've done this with me before? Scooters. It's the best way to cover a city for a cheap amount of time. Because who's going to do an Uber, bro? You can't get out of the car. It's going to cost more money.
It's just fun being on the scoots.
Yeah.
Having to just wait for the Uber is like the biggest pain.
Yeah.
And this time it was better than Pittsburgh because we didn't have luggage, so all we had was our backpacks.
You guys just took the backpack.
We just
Yeah.
backpacked it on this one.
Nice.
And then, so we ride the scooters around. We go to check out State Farm Arena where the Hawks play, Mercedes-Benz where the Falcons play. Mercedes-Benz looks sick also.
What would you rate it on football stadiums that you've at least seen from the outside?
From the outside, it might be my favorite.
I think the design is cool.
Yeah.
They have the big ass Mercedes-Benz logo on the front, right?
Yeah.
It's just like stamped on.
And so we rode those around for a while, and then we realized the aquarium opened at 8 a.m. And I was like, we wanted to do that anyway because I think it's the only aquarium in the U.S. with a whale shark.
Yeah.
So I was like, dude, I've always loved whale sharks. I want to see one so bad. And I was like, you know what? Like we were going to control our own pace the next day anyways and probably go through it pretty fast. I was like, how long can it take to cover an aquarium? So I was like, instead of doing it tomorrow, why don't we just do it now? We have like an hour 30 till our tour at Truist. And so we did it. We bought the city pass and we went in, immediately saw the whale shark.
Sick.
Loved it.
I'm just curious, what's your fascination with whale sharks?
They're just dope. I don't know why.
They're just big dopes.
They're
aren't they?
huge and they're like dopey.
And they're harmless.
Yeah.
They don't have teeth?
They have like the toothbrush that like whales have.
Oh, so they just eat like krill, like
Plankton.
and whatnot?
Yeah.
Oh, they're friendly.
Yeah. And
What is that?
the other thing that we didn't know was there is giant. I'm talking huge. Like from that end of the couch to the wall, manta rays.
Bro, 18 feet long. Like it was 18 feet across, bro.
Oh, God, what the?
Bro, and I have one shot of one of them looking like it's flying. He's like this as he makes like a turn.
Dude, that shit must have been wide as hell.
Bro, it was like a flying Pokemon.
He covered like the whole tank. When he would go over it, he covered like the whole thing.
Oh, God.
Yeah. And it reminded me, have you seen 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea?
You know what? I haven't.
Dude, it's an older movie. I think there's a giant manta ray that like tries to eat their submarine, and it reminded me of that.
Is it the one with Samuel L. Jackson?
No, it's an old movie. I barely remember.
Deep sea. Samuel Jackson gets eaten by a shark.
This guy, him, sharks, snakes, can't get away.
Not good at all.
But yeah, I was really excited about that, and we were in there for like 30 minutes.
And that little tank, not a little tank,
No.
but in that tank with the whale sharks, we were there for like 30, 40 minutes
Yeah.
probably.
Just in awe of the beauty.
And I told you this before we started. There was a possibility we were gonna swim
Oh my
with the
God.
whale shark, but Art found it when we were at LAX, and he's like, "Bro," and it was $350.
That's a steal.
Yeah, and to dive with the whale sharks, and so I was like, "Dude," I told him I was like, and then the more I thought about it, I was like, my brain hasn't said no yet, like.
And then I found one that was cheaper.
And then when he said I could just put it on a credit card, I was like, okay, he's also like
He's
kind of down, so I'm kind of down.
Because when I said 3 something, I was like, I don't. He didn't sound like a yes, but it wasn't a no.
Yeah,
It was just more of like a, it's up in the air.
It's up in the air, and then I was like, I could just put it on a credit card. Like that's nothing.
Just
Yeah.
worry about it later. Just
Yeah.
have the experience now.
And then so yeah, that was to dive with the whale sharks. To swim with the whale sharks was $250. So assuming you just stay surface level.
You maybe just touch it. For a
Yeah,
bit.
or well, I don't think you'd be able to get them. They're pretty like down,
Oh, okay.
and so you'd probably just sit and like face first down in the water. But I was like, okay, now I'm even more down.
But to swim, I was like, oh, I'm down. I saw that, I was like, oh, I'm down.
Yeah. So then tell him what happened.
So then he's like, are you kind of down? So we were both kind of like, okay, let's do this. Like it's gonna be fucking sick for the vlog.
Yeah.
Like who does that, right? No one
Yeah.
knew that we were gonna do this.
He said he loved that we would have done it, and people would have been like, "What?"
Like you guys did this.
That would have been random as shit, though.
Yeah.
Exactly.
real.
So that would have been super sick. So here I am looking at the schedule. I'm like,
And I'm telling him like, book it, like do it. And so he's going to the bookings.
I'm like,
and
all right, we're gonna book this. It's gonna be an awesome day. The next available day was like June 13th.
Yeah.
And like some of the days were not even like on weekends; they were like on weekdays. So it was like booked way in advance, bro.
Yeah.
That's so bummy.
But I told him now that could be a reason to go back
Yeah.
oh, for sure. That's
Yeah.
because
that's definitely
I would be
reason to
so
go back.
down.
They had two. They had two whale sharks, and especially those giant rays. Now, bro, I could like surf on one of them. But the aquarium was dope. We went to the sharks, where Art got the coolest video of a hammerhead shark.
It just so happened to be perfectly
Mm-hmm.
because there was
What do you
these
mean?
fishes that go just in circles.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know
Okay.
what they're called, but they go in
School of
circles.
fish. They were just like
Oh, it's a
doing
school of
their thing.
fish. They're just going in circles, and then out of nowhere, I'm recording, and the hammerhead just goes right through them,
Just breaks
And-
up the whole thing.
just breaks up the whole thing, and it's just
Oh, damn.
So that
it
was sick. And then
he tried to get it, and I was like, oh, let's see if
I,
we can try it again.
I got a boomerang of it, but I did it too early. I didn't know it was gonna happen.
Oh, so you got it as
So
you're
I was
going
just
into
like,
the school.
oh, like I'll do a boomerang, and then so in mine you can see because it's a boomerang, so it only lasts like 5 seconds. It's the fish in their little tornado thing, and you can see him like he's about to break it, but then it rewinds and it just goes like this. And he has just a straight up video of the shark breaking their little tornado.
You gotta show me that video, bro.
It's
That sounds
dope.
so sick.
Do you have your phone?
Yeah, I have it right.
Okay. And then so while Art gets that, what else? Their sea lions were on crack.
Bro, those sea lions were on something, bro.
Dude,
Sea lions are always tweaking. Even when we went down PCH, there's a bunch of them just kind of like tweaking out.
and then I felt bad for them. They were in a very small tank. It was probably like the size of this room, and there were like 6 of them in there.
Oh, they're huge too.
Yeah,
Here, Mabo, just press play.
yeah. Just watch that video.
Live reaction, y'all.
Oh,
Oh, that's beautiful, dude.
Mami, que tú quieres? Aquí llegó tu tiburón.
Dude, that's sick. I love how derpy hammerheads look. They look so harmless, but I know they could probably eat me.
we wrap up at the aquarium, and then it was time for the Truist Park tour. And I think that was awesome because we got to see everything before everyone was there,
Yeah.
before it was crowded. And they have like one of the sickest, like I wouldn't say the view's amazing or anything, but like just the amount of like cool seating areas they have in that stadium is nuts. The Hank Aaron Terrace, below the chop, top of the chop,
They have like the Coca-Cola or something.
Coca-Cola corner.
Damn.
Yeah.
Did you guys do the
I
chop?
was gonna go to. At
We
the
did
tour,
do the chop, yes.
Okay,
We
I
did
just
do the
wanted to make
chop
sure you
too.
guys chopped.
Yeah.
the Coca-Cola thing. I was like, I want to go during the game, but
Oh, the corner.
being there, I just totally forgot about it.
Yeah.
Now you were telling me a bit. Truist Park is kind of like Wrigleyville, right? Where it's like it's its own section outside of the city.
Dude, it had its own like Braves city. It's called the Battery.
The
that
Battery.
surrounds it. It was sick.
Damn.
And the first spot we checked out, I thought it looked like a club. It had like a bar, it had like lounge seating, and I'm like, oh, this is got to be expensive to sit here. It was free, and anyone can go there. It's just first come, first serve. And I was
Oh.
like, oh, damn.
I wonder if there's a bouncer outside of it being like 1, 2, 3 left.
Dude, and there was a spot at the top of right field where there's standing room, and it was probably some of the best standing room seats I've seen at a ballpark. And the deck, the third deck, overhangs the standing room. Not to where you'll hit your head,
Yeah.
but the front row is like right there. And I'm like, that'd be hilarious. Like if you get a group and like, because you could just like, you could easily talk to each other from how close it was.
Yeah.
And you could have like 5 in the seats and then like 5 in the standing room.
Dude, that's one place I wouldn't mind standing room ticket.
Yeah, it was really nice.
Didn't you do standing in Miami?
No, I thought about it, but I didn't. And then we went up there. We went down to, I think, the field. We also checked out Hank Aaron Terrace, which, first of all, the amount of crazy seats they have require you to have, like, huge groups,
Nah.
like, as a minimum.
Really?
I think there was one that, like, said you had to have 30 minimum, 90 maximum.
That's perfect for the.
There was
softball
also that
coach.
one
Yeah,
that
that's straight
minimum
up
was
perfect for
60.
Yeah, 60.
60 minimum.
Yeah,
Who the hell is going in a pack of 60 to a baseball game?
businesses.
Little league teams.
Yeah.
Banquet.
Yeah, and so I was like, damn. And then we got to go on the field at Truist Park.
Ooh.
That was dope. We were in the Braves dugout, took some sick pics there. Then we went to like these 2 buffet areas. And then where did we end? We ended.
We walked through like the Braves Hall of Fame.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
You guys
With the Hank Aaron statue and bats.
Oh, but you know what's cool? You know how like with historical stuff, like they try to send it to the Hall of Fame.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hank Aaron, when he hit his home run, his 715,
Mhm.
the ball and the bat, they're like, "Oh, can we take it to the Hall of Fame?" He's like, "No, it's staying home.
He said it belongs to the Braves.
It belongs to the Braves."
He never let it touch Cooperstown.
So it's
Nope,
in
it's in
the
Atlanta.
Hank Aaron Terrace.
Yep.
Oh,
How badass is that? Like he's
Yeah.
like, "Nah, it's staying here."
Yeah.
dude, that's loyalty. That's
Yeah.
loyalty to the ATL. Hell
Yep.
yeah.
So then we finished our tour. We ate at a place called the Terrapin. Pretty good
Terrapin.
barbecue bar area.
What'd you have?
We went there twice. The first time I had a brisket Texas toast sandwich. And honestly, it would have been better if the brisket chunks weren't like this big.
Oh, it was just a fat
They weren't
piece
like
of meat?
sliced. They were just like, they were like tender sized biscuits.
That's perfect for me, bro. You just
Nah, I
big
like
ass
it better
bite.
chopped up. And then the second time I had pulled pork.
I had a brisket sandwich both times, chopped
Yeah.
with bacon and cheese, bro.
Fire, huh?
Yeah.
Fire, bro. I had it both times.
Damn.
And then we went, our Airbnb finally opened after all this. We knocked out for like 2 hours. We went,
Bro, that walk from the
Oh my
entrance to our Airbnb it seemed like it was forever, bro.
it was an apartment complex. So when I got it, I was like, and we got there, I was like, oh, we'll probably be like here in the front. No, it was all the way in the back.
Oh, that sucks.
Like what, like a 7-minute walk?
It felt like half a mile.
It was a while. And then we knocked out, woke up, and I had been told by Tony Todd that, oh, I'll get you BP, I'll get you BP.
Oh, me and my
and so
homies
days
love
before, I
Tony T.
texted him, I'm like, hey, like, have you heard anything about the batting practice? And I never heard back. And I'm like, oh, well. And I just was hoping, hadn't heard back the whole time. When I shower to go get ready for
Yeah.
the game, I come back, I have a missed call from Tony. And I'm like,
Oh.
now he calls me. Now. So I call him back, and he's like, yeah, I forgot. I was in Costa Rica. And I'm like,
Bro, he
Bro.
is Pitbull.
dude,
Forget
I'm
Pitbull.
like,
He's
this
Mr.
guy
Worldwide.
just is everywhere. So I was like, I was like, maybe next time. And then he told us to hit up his boy, Arturo Acuna, who knows Ronald Acuna, but I'm skipping ahead. We'll get to that. And then we get to the stadium.
Foreshadowing.
They take away my clear bag.
What?
So I have the clear bag that I bring to Angel Stadium, Dodger Stadium. I've taken it to every stadium I've been to since I got it. Nobody said anything about it because it's clear. As long as it's clear, then they don't give a shit about the size. Not Atlanta. Atlanta sees it. They're like, can't bring that bag and it's too big. I'm like, even though it's clear? And they're like, too big. And I'm like,
Is it the same thing
Seriously?
where it's like it has to fit within the box?
He just said it was too big. He didn't even like give me a box or
You
anything.
didn't even try going through like another entrance?
No, and I was like, whatever. It was ripped anyways, and I was like, it's on its way out.
You like
Eh.
throwing it at him? Here, take it. I don't even want
And so
it.
I take all the stuff out, and then the security just reaches for the clear bag, and I have my camera, a mic, and my GoPro, and I'm like, so this is what you don't care about? I was like, wow, can you tell all the other stadiums? Because some of them lose their shit. And then, so I just walk in with all my stuff and not the clear bag, and I'm like,
Bro had the setup all just in the pocket.
I did. And then we go to left field. We meet like, I think he said 7U, 8U, 9U, 10U, 11U, and 12U baseball teams,
All the U's, basically.
all in left field. And hanging out with them was dope. They were really fun. They were really cool. And
Dude,
then,
I've never met so many fans
Yeah.
till that day.
Easily, what, like 50 or more?
I think,
It
yeah.
was a lot, bro.
Oh, wow.
It was a lot. Like,
And that's just me naming the kids from the tournament that were there. There were plenty more fans that weren't involved with that team. But,
hey, a little kid confused us.
oh, yeah, it's in the vlog.
He's like, "Oh, look, it's Spidey and Momo," and then you just hear the other kid go, "That's Art." I'm like,
Put some respect on my boy Art, bro. Come on. I mean, hey, we're both a couple of sexy bitches, but
And then we finish up there, and I'm like, BP ended an hour and 20 minutes
bro,
early.
that was the shortest BP ever.
Yeah.
no shit.
We got there, couple hacks.
Mm-hmm.
Who was batting at that time?
I didn't even look.
I'm blind, so I can't
Yeah.
see.
And then we wrap up, and I'm like, well, I mean, if we have all this time, might as well go see like the very like last seat view. We do that at a lot of stadiums.
Oh my god, I know where this is going.
And I totally wasn't going to mention that, but now I will. We're up there, and security's like, I need to see y'all tickets. We're in the last row. It's the top deck.
So literally like in the 500s at the very top. Just be
Yes.
like, let me
Row,
take a picture.
like-
Let me just take it in.
There's
real
no
quick."
row behind us.
Yeah.
And you're at the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you
And-
still ask for your tickets?
Yeah.
And there was, it's not like it was packed, bro. It was
No,
like,
there was nobody there.
us and like maybe like a couple that was like 20 feet away from us. And he goes, "Can I see your tickets?"
Bro, what a power trip.
Yeah. And
Because we really want to sit in the last row of this
Yeah.
stadium.
Who does that, bro?
and the whole time,
It has to be new.
I realized my GoPro was never on when we went to go visit the kids at BP. So I was like, let's go back. Like, I feel bad. So
like you didn't click it on?
no, I somehow
So we thought-
forgot.
Well, I thought so too. That we recorded it was cool.
Yeah.
And the whole time they was off.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
So, but we ended up getting still like fun moments with them. And I told them, I'm like, yeah, I forgot to turn it on. And I was like, I came back because I forgot to turn it on. And then we hung out with them. And then,
And shout out to those kids though.
yeah, they
They
were
were
all
cool.
dope.
They were the red team was like a team called Grind,
Grind.
from Tennessee, and then
Grind?
Grind, and then another team that had like green stuff. I think it was called the Green Waves from Mississippi.
Mhm.
Shout out to all of them, man. They were cool.
Oh, nice.
And then where did we go after
They were
that?
cool.
After we wrapped up there, we went to. Did we just go to our seat? I feel like we didn't.
Did you guys just kind of walk around the stadium more?
No, because we saw the whole thing on the tour. I think we just went to our seat. Went to our seats, which were right next to the Batter's Eye, the Waterfall Batter's Eye in Atlanta.
Dope.
And I didn't know that. I just got lucky because you don't know your seat number. We could have been right next to it, but we could have been all the way at the other end. No, like it was me, fence, Waterfall. And then they shoot it, the geysers off every, I think it's inning, strikeout, home run, and every time they score. So it caught us off guard the first time. And I was like, whoa, that looks sick. And then I totally did not expect it for it to fall back down on us for some reason.
Yeah.
And it felt like it was raining. And so I was like, damn. I was like, I got to get that again. And that was early in the game. That was like the third, fourth inning. And I'm like, it'll happen again. It took so long. It took till the 8th inning because Marcell Ozuna hit a home run. And I got a sick shot of that on camera, the whole thing coming back down. And so that was sick to have that experience, to be right next to that. And then the Braves, I understand if you don't want us to come back. Art and I brought you nothing but bad luck.
Wait, did you guys not see a winning game at all?
Nope. 0 for 2.
0 for 2. What was your personal season record at?
Well, now it's 6-6.
Oh man.
And I felt good, bro. I mean, but they lost the first game 6-3, and then the next game, that whole game was a catastrophe in general. I got in the bottom of the 5th. You got in the 6th. Yeah, and we saw an L there too. 2-1
Yeah.
was the final score. Zach Wheeler dealt in that game.
Well, I think you said 8 innings, right?
8 innings, 12 Ks, no runs allowed.
Damn.
He was dealing.
He was him.
And also in that first game, we saw Craig Kimbrell's 400th career save.
Oh.
So that was pretty cool. Nice little history made. I've now seen, not even planning to see it, Craig Kimbrell's 400th career save and Charlie Blackmon's 1,000th career hit. Didn't plan to see that when I went to Colorado, but it happened.
That's a random fact.
Yeah, it's in the vlog because they just randomly put it up on the big screen. Charlie Blackmon, 1,000 career hits. And I was like, really? Cool. And weather was great. Felt like what California's supposed to be.
Yeah, it was like a cool 77, 78 both days.
Not humid at all.
Not humid at all.
No?
That's rare. I heard a lot of like.
That's what I was
Oh,
worried
it-
about.
over
It
there,
gets
just-
the nickname Hot Lana.
Yeah.
And then we also no, I was gonna say the one thing we kind of missed out on that I wish we could do again, which I guess we will because we have a reason to go back for the whale sharks. Zaxby's, we didn't eat there. That was something Jeff said to try,
Zaxby's.
like a fast food, like a Cane's.
Oh, is it kind of like Whataburger?
No, I think it's more like a Cane's. I think it's more chicken.
Oh, just chicken.
I think so.
Right on.
And so we didn't do that. And then what else?
Did you guys hit up any like other big food spots or like any other like?
I think it's
dope-
just Waffle
dope
House.
spot.
The other thing that sucked about the Airbnb, it was in a complex, and next to it was other complexes. So like we couldn't go grab snacks so easily,
Oh.
and so that kind of sucked. Like one of the nights we came home, there's a Dunkin' next to the stadium, and I got donuts for the morning. I got one for the moment in that night, and I got a drink for the morning. And I'm like, there's nothing around the Airbnb, so I'm stocking up.
Oh, that kind of threw back to like Chicago because we had the Dunkins right around the corner.
Yeah, but at least in Chicago, you just walk out the front door; it's right there.
Hey, good point.
Like, and we had the Mexican place around the corner. Like, there were places.
Dink.
The Airbnb, there was nature. Like,
What the closest thing was like a 5-minute drive.
it was that little shopping center that was pretty close to the Airbnb. And another thing that I thought was funny, the second day, we were trying to knock out World of Coca-Cola. And we're driving, and I'm talking to Art about WWE. And I'm like, yeah, it's happening with Roman Reigns. I'm tired of it, blah, blah, blah. And the Uber driver, as he's dropping us off, he's like, I'm tired of it, bro. He got his 1,000 days. It needs to end. And,
Not the Uber driver.
Bro, the
getting his
Uber
2
driver.
cents, too.
yeah.
And he seemed like he was not.
Like you wouldn't peg him for.
I would not expect him to talk about wrestling.
Yeah. And so, yeah, we get out. Then this is the morning before Zach Wheeler's dominant start. We're at World of Coca-Cola. And we go in, and luckily we bought the City Pass because we got there, and everyone's like, oh, like, sold out for the day. But on the City Pass, it says no time reservation needed.
Oh,
So I
clutch.
was like, you can just go whenever you want, I guess. And that was true if you have the City Pass.
What was the City Pass? It was the aquarium.
So
the
it had the
Coca-Cola factory?
aquarium, the College Football Hall of Fame, World of Coca-Cola, the Civil Rights Museum, and some other museum, and the zoo. And you got to pick 3. And we didn't have time for 3.
Oh,
So we did the aquarium and we did World of Coca-Cola.
I wonder what they got at the zoo down there.
Probably like steroided peaches.
Just
Oh,
massive
somebody
ass
else
crowds.
commented. You remember when we were riding the scooters and there was that silver art piece, that giant silver fruit? It
Was that a peach?
It was a peach.
Oh man.
Because I rode by it in the vlog and I'm like, there's a giant silver apple. Don't know why. But it was a peach because Georgia peach and everything. I was like, I didn't even think about that. But we go to World of Coca-Cola, and when you first walk in, you're just in this like pretty boring room, not going to lie. They have like a decent sized giant bottle of Coke and just like pictures. And I'm like, is this it? Like, there's not even like descriptions of what all these pictures are.
Yeah.
But I see a counter with like this dude in the sparkly suit, and I'm like, "Hey, me and my friend are on a time crunch, and I was wondering, can we just go right now? Do we have to wait for that timer? And he's like, you got to wait for the timer, but let me talk to somebody inside. Because he kept saying there's going to be a 15-minute movie. And I'm like, we don't got 15 minutes.
You're like, I'm trying to get out of this.
And I was like, we're trying to get to the room
That's
where
because the whole thing got like switched up because the game was at 4, not 7.
Yeah.
Oh.
The whole day before, I thought it was a 7. And so we're doing that. And then we go in. He's like, you have to talk to her. Anyway, I talked to her. And I tell her the same thing. I'm like, we're on a time crunch. Like, can we just go to the cool part? And then she's like, yeah, okay, I'll help you guys. And then she just puts us in an elevator.
Like, she didn't want to, but she did help us.
Yeah.
At least it was that.
And then
She was really nice about it, though.
sent us up to the room where they had everything. We didn't get to do other things because they had huge lines. There was a thing called the vault. It just was a giant vault.
I
And
wonder if that's where they had the polar bear.
Oh, maybe.
What?
You get to meet like
The
a
polar
guy
bear.
in a polar bear costume.
Oh, I thought you meant like they had a
No.
polar bear. I'm like, what? They just
And
had
then,
one cartoon?
so there's a huge line for that. There was a huge line for something else upstairs. I forgot what it was.
Was it like become a
The sensory room or the sensory something. But it looked like it was just like smelling. It didn't look like actual tasting.
Oh, like you just
What we
smelled
wanted to
different
do
flavors?
was taste the different drinks from all over the world.
The room that I saw, I could see what it was. It had like panels and like people kept like moving them and like smelling. And I'm like, you just smell it? And I was like, I want to taste like all these different kinds of Coke.
I don't want to smell it. I want
Yeah.
to drink it.
And so there was a room with no line. You could just walk in, and it was called Taste It. And I was like, that's where we need to be.
Duh.
And I thought it was going to be like Coke flavors you've never heard of that don't exist all around the United States. No, it was different. I don't think any of those machines even had a Coke on them. I think they were all differently named.
It was
like,
Coke products from all different parts of the world,
Yeah.
except that Coke machine that was at the end.
Yeah, but
where
that's
they
like
had
the same
regular
one you
Coke.
see at any movie theater.
Oh, they had like just a giant ass freestyle machine.
They had like 6 of them in the back.
That's such a dude. That's so cheap.
And then, but the taster room, yeah, was a bunch of different Coke-owned brand sodas around the world. So there were different Fantas, there were like a couple Sprites, but then there were ones that like you've never heard of, like names.
Well,
that
like
you're-
Yugoslavian beer or like, well, not beer.
My
but
favorite was one called Country Club. It tasted like cream soda, but better, and it was from the Dominican Republic.
Ooh.
So if I ever go to the DR, I'm looking for Country Club.
Country Club's gonna be what he's.
And
he
then,
drinks
what
up.
was your favorite, Art? Trying to think.
I can't remember specifically one that I'm like, yeah, this one was good.
Mm-hmm.
I could tell you which one I did not like.
What was the name of it?
I don't know what it was, but it was, and I didn't say it tasted like barbecue, but it tasted like barbecue sauce.
See, here's my argument with that
Ew,
one. It tasted like barbecue sauce, but it didn't taste disgusting. It just tasted like barbecue sauce.
Would you say it was like a saucy root beer?
Yeah, no, it straight up tasted like barbecue.
Bro, pretend it's
Ew.
barbecue soda.
Yeah,
That's what it was.
yeah.
My stomach just hurts
But on the
thinking
thing,
about that, bro.
like on the little thing where you pressed it, it didn't say barbecue flavored.
It was like a kind of Fanta, I think, and it had like a weird fruit. I don't
It
remember
was
what
like
it
a
was.
purplish,
Yeah,
violet,
but
whatever thing.
I don't think it tasted bad. Like there were ones I thought that were tasted bad.
There was one that tasted like mineral water, and that was horrible.
Mhm. There was one. It was called Aha, and it was like green and red. I forgot what country, but that one tasted bad. Like that's why
it's like sparkling water, isn't it?
it was bad.
Oh, the barbecue thing was the one from China. Because I
China.
remember
That's
the
right.
lady's like, "Oh, that one's horrible." And then she's like, "I dare you to drink it." I was like, "Oh, she dared me. I gotta
See,
drink it."
I think people are over exaggerating. Like I said, I think it doesn't taste bad. It just tastes like barbecue. The mineral water ones taste terrible. The
Oh.
Aha from wherever it was from tasted terrible. There was another one called man, I forgot what it was called, but it was from Tanzania. It tasted bad or tasted good.
Tanzania.
Tasted good. There was a mineral water from Madagascar that tasted bad.
Ew.
Red cream soda, that was good. I forgot where that was from.
Was it like a red bean kind of flavor or like just red?
It just tasted like cream soda. I don't know why. It was just cream soda but red.
Huh.
And then yeah, we finished up World of Coca-Cola. Huge merch store, but I wanted to grab things, but we were going straight to the game, so I had to be smart on what I'd be able to get in.
We could only get stuff that would fit in our pockets.
This baseball I got from there.
I was gonna say either that or you gotta buy a shirt or like a sweater, but you got a double layer.
I got that.
Yeah.
I got a magnet, a sticker, and that was it.
You gotta buy a Coke.
No.
That's what we didn't. It was just like regular Coke.
It was just like Coke, Diet Coke, Sprite. I thought they'd be selling like all those flavors we tried by the bottle. They weren't.
No.
No. Just like every other Coke you can get everywhere. Because I was telling her, I'm like, I wish there were bottles here. I don't see any.
They didn't let you like fill up a kind of cup or like.
The cups were only like this big.
Dude, that's so whack.
And I kept like
Come on,
looking
Coke, do
around,
better.
and then when we went to go check out, I saw the freezers, and I'm like, oh, maybe they're in there. Nope, just Diet Coke, Coke Zero, Coke, and I'm like, really? Like, people come here to get all the cool, unique ones. Like, why do we have just the ones that I can go to Red Robin for? And then we finished up there, went to the game, and then we
But
finished the game.
We had trouble with the game because I had got the tickets.
Yeah.
And you know, on MLB Ballpark app, you could transfer or like forward the tickets
Yeah, like in case you sell it or whatever.
or sell it.
Or you don't have to wait for your friends. You can like send it, and then you can go in and they get the ticket you sent them, so they can go in when they get there.
So on my app, I wasn't able to send my friend his ticket.
It was grayed out.
It was just bugging the whole time. You were trying to send it.
He
over?
did everything. Bro.
I restarted my phone. I deleted the app, installed the app. I signed out, signed in through his phone.
And it just did not.
Nothing. It was just great thing. Like it just.
Don't tell me you waited outside for your friend.
We had to.
Well, at that point, I was like, I have to wait for him.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I could just give Austin the ticket. He could go in, and then I'll just wait for my friend.
Yeah, in the fourth, like bottom of the fourth.
And my friend's never been to a baseball
Truist.
game. Truist. He lives in Georgia, but he's never been to Truist Park.
Oh, what part of Georgia is he from?
I don't even know. I forgot.
He said he lived like 20 minutes outside of
Close
Truist.
by.
And then, so Art
Oh,
sent
but
me
he also,
in.
you know how Austin said that he didn't have problems with anything else?
Yeah.
My friend walked in with a bottle of like Sprite open.
Which,
and
you know, at
you-
Angel Stadium
you
is
can't
like
walk in
number
and
one
They
crime.
would have just.
They'll tell you like, hey, throw it away.
Yeah.
And as he's walking in, I was like, great. They're going to tell him to throw it away.
You're like more of a delay.
Yeah, more of a delay. No, he just walks through and like. I was like, what
Oh,
the-
and I had my
Chugging
camera
straight
with me
tequila.
when I went in too, and I was like, "Here we go." And she goes, "Stop!" And she's like, "You need to empty out your pockets." And I'm like, "I was doing that," and then I put it in. Says nothing,
Oh,
and I'm like, "All right, you guys are chill in that aspect, but the clear bag, really?"
They were bugging about a clear bag.
you would think you could see right through it.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said in my blog, what are people supposed to do? Backpacks are banned everywhere now. Can't do it. And it was made that clear would be the okay. As long as it's clear, then you're fine. According to it, like, what am I supposed to do in Atlanta if I have, like, a child? And, like, you have a whole, like...
Well, at that
thing.
point, it's different. I think you are still allowed to bring in like a big bag like that if you have kids, but it has to be visible that you have children.
Yeah.
You can't just walk in and be like, "Hey, I got a Supreme diaper bag just for myself." Like, no, you're gonna rock that.
Yeah, I don't know, but that was whack in my opinion. And me and Art, after the other game, went to a bar where we saw Game 6 for the Celtics Heat. And that game, I have a video of Art before the game ended where Jimmy Butler made all his free throws. They were up 103 to 102. And Art's like, yeah, fuck Boston. Like, they're going home. And we're like, yeah, it's over. 3 seconds left. Did you see the end of that game?
I was about to say I have no clue, so like run it by me.
They're passing it in, the Celtics. Okay?
Okay.
They throw it to Marcus Smart. Turns around for a three. It goes in, swirls out. And so Art and I are like, Art turned away. Art went, yeah, because he saw it swirl out.
Yeah.
And then the guy who I didn't even know this until I rewatched it. You know, Derek White passed it in.
Yeah.
And he also made the shot. I didn't know that. So the guy that passed it in, as it is coming out, there's 0.3 left on the clock when it touches his hands. He just kind of pushes it back in. And in basketball, as soon as there's no more contact, you're good. It leaves his contact of his fingers at 0.1 seconds and then goes in. And in live play, I was like, I think he got that off. No way. And he had no idea what happened. He thought it was over. And then, it went in. It counted. And then it went to Game 7, which we all thought.
But before that, we met a guy that was there too.
Oh, yeah.
He was like, because we were like, it was me, Austin, and like a couple other people were in there.
Yeah.
And like this special, like it was not a special room, but it was like kind of like
Nobody was in it.
no
It was
one
a
in
dope
it.
room.
It was a cool room,
Huh.
and he
Almost
was
like a theater
sharing
room?
It was like a library, like a fake library. They had
like a
book
fake
wallpaper.
bar library.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sick.
So we're all cheering, and he goes, "Oh, where you guys from?"
Well, we said something, and then he gave the same reaction that we had been giving to people all trip, like I'm from LA, like I'm not. And then we were like, so are we?
And we're like, "Oh shit, so are we?" And then he's like, "Oh yeah, like." I was like, we should take them. I told him we should take them shots, and he goes, "I have an open tab, like on me."
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I was like, "Hell yeah!" I was like, "Round 2 on me."
Yeah.
So here we are. We already got plans. We're like, we're gonna take shots.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a good night.
And then that play happened.
Game ends. Guy walks away.
Oh,
I was like,
Well, because that was the reason we were gonna have shots, and then there was like,
oh, he
well-
was already like, they're gonna win. We're
Well,
gonna push
he-
them
we
shot.
he
were-
hated Boston too.
Yeah.
He's a Clipper fan, so
Yeah.
I was like, all right, like
you let half of it slide.
for this
Yeah.
one cause, we both hate Boston, so like, yeah, we're gonna celebrate together.
Mm-hmm.
Then obviously that happened, and he didn't even say bye.
Nope.
He just walked away, and then as we're walking away, it's like, oh hey, have a
Yeah.
good night.
Then also before all that, when we were actually eating and drinking it at the place, we had food at the bar before the game, so I wasn't that hungry, but I wanted an appetizer, and I swear, Punch Bowl Social, I think that's what it's called. You got to melt your queso more, bro. Weren't we talking about this last podcast? How like anything with like dip melted cheese is just bomb.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. It's
Yeah.
just 10 times better.
So I ordered the queso dip. That shit was not melted. Like
Just
I had to
cold
like
cheese.
I did like no, it was
It was
hot.
it was microwave for like 10 seconds, and
Like-
only like the top. You could get like the top, and
Yeah.
everything else is just.
And so it wasn't like melty. It was like you had to like work to get the cheese, and it was still hot. But I was like, this is
'Cause
work.
My other friend was with us at that time too, and he also got the same thing, and he was
Yeah.
just like, "Dude, this queso's
Whack.
yeah."
And then yeah, so that's where we saw Game 6. We all know that's why I wanted to film today. Honestly, I didn't want to film in the middle of Game 7 for Heat and Celtics. I wanted to make sure we knew the result. So Game 7, Heat won. Heat are going to the finals, face the Nuggets, and I'm pretty sure everybody thought Game 7 was going to belong to the Celtics. I know Art did.
Was the momentum that strong for Boston?
Bro, they had won 3 straight,
They were down 3-0.
and they came back tied the series 3-3.
They would have done what the Red Sox did to the Yankees for the first time.
It's never
Nobody's
been
ever
done in
done it in
basketball.
the NBA.
Well, that's what quote unquote the Lakers would have done if they had pulled it off, right?
Yeah, but we
Yeah.
didn't even win a game.
we got swept.
Nice little.
Yeah, the Celtics, we're down 3-0, came back, and tied it 3-3. So everyone's like, they have all the momentum. They're going back to Boston.
No way you lose the game 7 at
And
home.
Heat let their nuts hang in their home.
They said, yeah, you're not making history. Thank God, bro. If the Celtics would have been the first team to do it, I would have been
Oh,
so
bro.
pissed. But they didn't, so we're good. And plus, I like the Nuggets-Heat matchup better because I don't remember how long ago this was. Jokic,
I think it was 2 years ago.
violently pushed, one of the Heat's players.
Yeah.
And all of the Heat, waited outside the Nuggets locker room. And there's a picture of, Kyle Lowry, Jimmy Butler.
Nah, they're just waiting.
there's just,
They wanted the smoke.
yeah.
Wait, so they were just trying to gang up on Djokovic?
Yeah.
Oh
But the-
shit!
But then the Jokic brothers were like, nah. The Serbian mafia, bro.
Wait, they're brothers that are on the same team in the NBA.
No, they just go, they, support.
Oh, okay.
There's 8 teams per conference that make it.
Yeah.
The Heat are the 8 seed. And then the Nuggets are the 1 seed.
The Heat basically played a wild card game to get into the playoffs.
yeah.
Oh my gosh. So
They're like the
wild cards.
2019 Nationals.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
and they're going up against the fucking Astros.
Yeah. Basically.
Basically.
Yeah.
Damn. Ooh,
And but yeah, I like that because of that moment. There's like I said, there's a picture of them, and then there's a Nuggets security guard in the doorway, and then you just see all of them looking in, and you can see Kyle clear as day, and you can see Jimmy Butler clear as
I
day.
gotta see this one when this is over, dude.
And then
Jimmy Butler just trademarked the Hit Me buckets.
Himmy buckets.
Hit me buckets.
Hell yeah.
it's a business move right
Yep.
there, smart
Hit me
man.
buckets.
But yeah, so that's the finals. Out of those two, I want the Nuggets. I think.
Yeah.
I like Jokic. They've never won, so I think it'd be cool to see them win. And Jokic plays his play looks so uncoordinated, but it works so good.
Kind of like my shot.
Yeah, but it goes in.
Oh,
Damn.
what a guy.
No, I got a video of Mobo shooting a 3 in buckets.
Hey, he
Yeah.
got me though. Art got me.
I got you.
I was gonna say, what's it called? What are like the strong points for the Nuggets and what are the weak points for them?
Well, Jokic runs that offense. Like,
Okay.
you know how Jeff is always like, Lakers have to run the ball through AD.
Yeah,
What the Nuggets do is what Jeff dreams of.
just running the ball.
You see,
through
but the
Jokic.
difference is Jokic gets buckets every day.
Yeah.
Jeff wants the offense to run through Anthony Davis, but then Anthony Davis has roller coaster games where like
Yeah.
he'll have like 12 points, 14 points, and then the next game he'll have like 40, and then he'll have like 18, and then
Yeah.
30, and then like
There's just
17.
inconsistency from that point.
Yeah.
But he's pretty. It sounds.
He's
like
talented enough to do it though.
Yeah.
He's talented enough to do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because Jeff doesn't like that LeBron runs the team and controls everything.
Mhm.
But Jokic, he said after one of the playoff games, everybody has their trademark shot, right? So LeBron's got like what does LeBron do? He does the
That
shot.
dumb 3.
The one where he looks down.
Yeah,
right?
and then just pulls up.
Yeah, looks to the side, pulls up. Kobe's got the fadeaway. There's guys that have those signature shots, and Jokic said his is the off balance like fadeaway shot. And so like he made a shot on AD, most ridiculous shot, bro, beyond the 3-point line, falling away on 1 foot, drains it, swish,
That's
and he does that like
He did it multiple times against the Lakers.
easily.
Holy shit!
And then Jamal Murray came back to playoff Jamal Murray.
He's been
went,
balling.
Went nuts. And there was the game we watched at your house. He wouldn't stop. He just kept going.
He had like 28 at
Dude,
halftime, I think.
Yeah. He
At halftime.
at halftime.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Yeah. But yeah, I want the Nuggets. Who do you want, Art?
I don't really care.
Yeah.
Like Jokic, it's either gonna be Jokic or Jimmy Butler who get the first ring. I like both of them, so
There were a lot of good stories. Like if it would have been Lakers Celtics, obviously Lakers Celtics, and winner would have the most championships. We're tied right now.
Ooh, I bet you guys were sweating then when Celtics moved on.
Yeah, I was. And then same with last year. It was Warriors Celtics. Thank God the Warriors beat them.
Yeah.
And then if it was Lakers and Heat, it would have been the bubble rematch. We could have put that to rest because people are like, "Oh, you beat them in the bubble." But if that would have been the finals this year, it'd be like, "All right, now we win this and we talk our shit. We let our nuts hang."
I didn't even realize that. So the Lakers also won the COVID year.
Yes, yeah, 2020.
both
the only
L-
way LA has won.
both
That's
LA
crazy.
teams won COVID year, bro.
That's crazy.
And then if it would have been what? If it would have been Nuggets and Celtics, I think that's the only one where there's like not really a storyline.
At the beginning of it,
What?
like of a storyline. If
Oh yeah, they
pop
could have
out.
created one. But besides that, I think every other storyline is pretty dope. And like I said, with the Nuggets Heat, you got what Jokic did and the Heat getting pressed about it, and so there's that boiling. But yeah,
I'm kind of curious. What's up? I've seen this on Twitter too because of basketball. What's up with people making fun of Jokic for like showing up to the games like either with like Cheetos on his like mouth or like apparently there's like a running gag that he's just dirty as shit. And that apparently when he's off the court, he just eats like shit and is like always snacking.
I mean, he
He
doesn't
probably
look.
does eat like shit.
He doesn't look the most athletic.
He's not the. He's the
Really?
slowest, most unathletic guy ever.
And
He's
yeah,
like, if you go to the basketball court at the park
Yeah.
and you see like the slowest guy, that's Jokic.
Really?
but he balls.
But he balls.
I was gonna say he looks like shit, but once he turns it on, it's like, oh, who the hell is this?
Yeah, he is a 2-time MVP. So
Should have been a 3-time.
Who won against him?
Embiid,
Embiid.
this year.
I mean, did Embiid ball out though?
Embiid balled out too.
Here's the thing I think the NBA does, though. I don't think they like seeing multiple MVPs back to, like, they want somebody new.
Yeah.
Like, they're like, we've seen this before. Like, that's what I think they did with Embiid this year. Like,
Same thing with Giannis a couple years ago.
and I also think that's why LeBron hasn't won a few MVPs, honestly.
Should LeBron have won more than what he has now?
Yeah,
I think so.
Like, how many more has he been like kind of cheated out of?
I'd say like
3.
2 more?
I say 3.
3?
Three.
Same
That's
thing
a
with
lot.
Kobe. Kobe got cheated out of like 3.
Yeah.
Easy 3.
Easy 3.
Wow.
No way Nash was better than Kobe.
Yeah. That's one of the most argued MVP debates that I know is the year Nash won instead of Kobe.
We gotta dedicate a whole podcast to like just people who've been cheated out on like championships and MVPs, bro. I
Like,
want to hear that story.
You can think of one in baseball right away. I think of Matt Kemp and Ryan Braun.
Oh, all the look at him! Look at him! You just awoken like all this trauma from him.
Bro, I just like
I know they hate when you talk about that year, 2011, I believe.
How was that for you, Art? Because okay, Matt Kemp. To be fair, he played like a fucking dog.
I saw
Matt
somebody.
Kemp balled out that year.
I saw somebody break down a TikTok of their 2 seasons.
Yeah,
Honestly, I don't understand how Ryan Braun won.
Matt Kemp was like just
Matt
that
Kemp
much
was
better.
him.
Dude. What?
It might have only been like a 2-3 year run for him, but he was.
Yeah.
He
as
was
long
good.
as you play that in the fucking level that the major leagues are, that's incredible, dude.
And
Well,
then
I'm
gets
guessing he was batting over 300, had like probably
Yeah.
what 30 home runs, 40.
probably like close to 40.
Dude, and he was a center fielder, not much for power, right? But that year he just connected.
In his prime, he was like good for 30 home runs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was good.
And then we can end this podcast on the journey back. The way back, we definitely ran into a lot of turbulence.
No.
And the
Was it
Uber driver.
Chicago?
Huh?
Chicago flight was pretty bad coming
I think
back.
this was worse. And
Could never be me, bro. Could never.
funny enough, we're Ubering to the airport. And this guy is barely flown. I think he said he flew one time. He's not the biggest fan.
He flew to Vegas.
Yeah. And he told Art he's going to Puerto Rico, and Art was telling him, oh, I've been there. And he told him, like, a bunch of recommendations and stuff. But he's like, yeah, man, we had the turbulence where, like, the plane just drops. And I've had turbulence, but I've never had that. I honestly think I thought that was a myth, that, like, the plane can just fall.
I've been in one where I felt like the plane just fell.
Dude, I've heard stories of people like where they're in a plane and it drops like 20,000 feet. And just
Yeah, I've never
Nice
heard.
little-
Holy
free fall.
shit! I've never.
that's
I don't
a,
think
that's a
that.
hell of a free
Oh,
fall,
I don't
bro.
think-
he also said on his one and only flight, the mask came out.
Oh yeah,
Nah, get me off
Bro.
the flight, bro.
See, I can
Ain't no
deal
way.
with turbulence, bro. But if the mask fall, like I think it's game over.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm shitting bricks. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
like,
That's
this is
game
how it
over.
is.
Yeah.
We're
So
done?
then we're on our flight, and we start having bad turbulence. And I'm like, why?
God.
Of course, this flight, as like we just talked about it. And so there's all that. And it got to a point where it was like kind of violent. And then I wake up and I look to my right. The guy at the window seat goes like this,
I remember this.
He
You
goes-
told me this.
like looking out the window. And I'm like, oh my God, we're dead. And then I'm like, and I look back to see if other people are like losing their mind, because who does that? And
So he's in a seat just.
yeah, like looking out the window, blocking the window so I can't see what he's looking at. But he turns so fast and so aggressively. And then I look at the people behind me, and they're just like, and I'm like, the fuck's your problem? Like, dude.
I think most of the time I was knocked out, bro.
You slept
Well,
through
I looked at him as soon as it happened.
I'm
he was knocked out.
it?
I
Arm
didn't
while the
feel
plane's
it.
about to fall to his death.
Well, dude, I was trying to fall asleep because I'm like, you know, if worse comes to worse.
Because we only
If
slept
you-
like we got home like at 12, huh?
Uh,
Because we were like, should we go home? Because we're only gonna sleep for like 2-3
no,
hours.
we got back at like, oh wait, back where? When we got back where?
To our Airbnb the night before.
Yeah, we
flew.
got back at like 12. Yeah,
So we were gonna wake up like at
3.
3:30, 3. So we're like,
Yeah.
oh, let's just go home and get some sleep.
Yeah.
That's when the guy's like, yeah, man, I was in the plane. The mask just fell.
But dude, I was so mad at that guy. I was like, what? Who turns that fast and aggressively on a plane? And then I looked at Art's just, and I'm like, this guy over here. And then honestly, like I said, if worse ever comes to worse on a plane, I'd rather be knocked out because you're more likely to live, I think. If your body's limp,
Or
you-
just relaxed, huh?
yeah, that's what I've heard. In any
I
situation.
can see how people die too, though. Before impact, you go into shock.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's cardiac arrest.
So,
just
yeah,
from
so you
how
just-
bad.
So if you don't know what's happening, then you wake up and you'll probably be in like,
Is that what you think happens to drunk drivers?
no, yeah, that is the reason.
That's why they survive most of the time.
They've made a whole skit about it on Family. It's either Family Guy or American Dad, where they get drunk and they jump off a building because they're like, we're not going to get hurt, and they don't get hurt.
I mean, that's a cartoon.
That's like I know, but that's like the science behind it is if you're more relaxed and you're more like if you're not tensing up,
Yeah.
then you won't get hurt as bad.
Yeah.
And so if you're asleep on a plane and somehow you don't wake up during the whole like, oh my God, then you might live, honestly.
Personally, I would just jump before the impact. That's just
And
me.
you're more likely to live if you're on the back of the plane, too.
Oh,
I saw that
Yeah.
on
If you're in the middle, you're fucked because of the fuselage.
No, the front.
same thing. The front.
Yeah, the front's the worst spot. Like, that's what's going to hit first.
Yeah.
The front. Like,
I saw that on TikTok, YouTube. Like they did like this demo and they put like dummies in there and then they're just like, oh, let's see who survives.
yeah.
And it was the people in the back.
And they
Yeah.
just threw a plane just out of the sky into the ground.
Yep.
Basically.
Damn.
And that'll wrap it up. We're
is it,
back
folks?
home, and
Hey, what should be our next trip?
I literally asked. I filmed my outro for Atlanta Day 2 vlog. In the outro, I said, "Comment down below. Where do you want us to go next?"
My mind's thinking like next trip, like already, like when I'm on the way home already.
Where were you thinking?
Really?
I thought you said you were already thinking.
Huh.
Well,
All
it's
this
different.
talk.
It's different options. I was thinking Minnesota, going
Okay.
to that Twins
Target
ballpark.
Field.
Just go to Ohio.
Ohio.
They're still out there. Cleveland and
Oh, I got the Reds.
Cincinnati. Wait, what?
The Reds are in Ohio.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I thought you said like you've done the Reds.
No,
like,
no.
oh, I've got the Reds,
How
and
far
I'm
is
like,
Cleveland to Cincy?
it's not close. It's like 3 hours, I think.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it could be done in one trip, but like
just pushing it.
just
a bit.
having it, yeah.
But what are we gonna do in Ohio, bro? Other than go to baseball games?
We
Just kick dirt.
look at LeBron's house and be like, LeBron.
Oh, he's gonna play forever as he walks up.
And then, yeah, I mean, I've obviously thought about what's next because I don't think it's the last one of the season. We still got lots of season left.
Better not be.
I
might do
Texas.
Our might do Texas. I obviously got that.
I
Tony
might do
T.
Houston and the Rangers.
Oh, both of them.
Both of them.
Have you not been to Houston yet?
No, but I got invited by some girls to go to Houston.
Right
from,
on.
From your,
right
from
on.
your
Art.
EF trips.
One from Greece and one from Egypt.
They live out
Hell
there.
yeah.
They live in Houston.
Yeah.
They told me when am I going.
And yeah, obviously I'm still thinking about it. The ones that I would love to get done as soon as possible. I'd love Baltimore and
Oh,
DC.
Some guy messaged me from Baltimore saying, "Hey, if we ever go to Baltimore, he's got the hookups on tickets."
Really?
Yep.
Well,
Little side eye right there.
well,
See you?
that just rose up in the ranks.
We'll see how truth it is. But he's like, "Hey, man, if you guys ever go to Baltimore,
Okay,
let me know. I got the hookups."
keep them in touch. And DC because they're only an hour apart by train, so that could easily be done in one trip. And then what else? Kansas City for some reason keeps creeping up the ranks for me.
Yeah.
I feel like it's an underrated
Is
ballpark.
Kansas the Royals? Do they play in Missouri or is it Kansas?
I think it's Kansas.
I'm not sure.
I thought it's like KC.
Because I remember
Like
a friend went to the Chiefs game for football and thought it was in Kansas, but it was in Missouri.
Then it's in Missouri because they're right across the
Mhm.
street from each other.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't
That's
know that.
confusing, bro. Like I felt like Javi and Kirst with geography.
Don't know your geography?
With that one, I was like, do they play in Kansas or do they play in
Yeah,
Missouri?
because it's kind of like how the Warriors and Oakland A's are. Well, the Warriors' old place, they're in the same parking lot. And, yeah, Kansas City's up there for me. Fireball mentioned Tampa, and I kind of want to do Tampa.
Oh, dude, Tampa would be sick. I was
fire.
telling Austin, I want to go to Tampa and sit in Randy Land.
Yeah.
There's Randyland?
There's
Yeah.
Randy Land.
Mhm.
Oh,
that reminded me of another thing. Julio Rodriguez is now sponsored by American Airlines.
Alaska.
Alaska
Alaska.
Airlines. Alaska Airlines. And now every time he hits a home run, that section gets 44 people sitting there, get a round trip to wherever they want.
Oh my God, bro! I got it.
That's a sick sponsor, bro.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? If I sit in a baseball game,
Have you been to Seattle?
J Rod goes off. I've never been.
Dude, let's go.
Seattle's
I'm
dope.
I love Seattle.
Just
I-
even for
I
the
do-
weekend. Just
Yeah.
Not only is Journey to 30 for me a bucket list, but vlogging at every stadium. I want to say I have one vlog at every stadium.
Yeah.
So obviously there's some I did pre-softball that I got to go back. And Seattle was one of those.
Yeah, you haven't vlogged Seattle?
I didn't know we didn't play softball. I wasn't a YouTuber.
And Detroit, huh?
And Detroit. Seattle and Detroit are the only two.
I'd be down for Detroit. Nice little Motor City. Rent a
Detroit,
Hellcat.
people think it's really shitty. It's not. At least where I went. Like, downtown Detroit is fine. I went to the projects in Detroit. That I understood. But, I mean, like, downtown Detroit is fine. And then, yeah.
Hey, Seattle's not that expensive either.
Yeah, it's only right up there. It's not that bad.
I've always wanted to do that Seattle trip, but through the train on the coast.
Ooh.
That'd be tight. But then again, the train is like almost $2,000.
What?
Huh?
Yeah, it's almost like $2,000.
Bro, I took a
think-
flight from John Wayne to Seattle, and it was like 140.
Round trip?
Yeah.
I mean,
What
it's
am
right-
I doing?
Me and my friend Kyle went.
The closer it is, the cheaper it is.
Yeah, you're right.
Hey, but you want to know a funny story about that trip?
What?
I booked my Bahamas
Oh, I remember
trip
this.
and Seattle trip were only 1 month apart, separated.
Yeah.
On the same day, like let's say one was on June 27th and the other one was July 27th. So I had booked my Bahamas trip for June 27th, and then I booked my Seattle trip for June 27th as well. I thought it was July 27th.
Oh.
So me and my friend get to the airport, and I was like, all right, let me like put the pin code, whatever, to print out our tickets. They're like, it's too early to check in. I was like, what do you mean it's too early to check in? It's our flight's in like 3 hours. So I try again, nothing. I go to the front office, the little desk,
Yeah.
and they're like, oh, it's next month. I was like,
Oh, shit.
bro, I was like, we came here early, bro. And I was like, what do we do? I was like, no, we told everyone we're going to Seattle. So I booked us a flight to Seattle that day.
Damn.
It was-
They didn't
Were you able to get a
try
refund?
change it or...
Nah, that refund wasn't on.
Wow.
And I paid a lot more
Wow.
Oh,
For
yeah,
that-
dude. Day up. Dude,
the day of.
Fun fact, I used to work at an airport. I once charged somebody to go from Orange County to Las Vegas to Orlando. No baggage included. I charged him $780.
Oh my
because he needed to
god.
get out that night.
Bro, that was like.
Dude,
Or,
yeah, I don't blame you. Like, dude, I've seen it like firsthand.
Do you remember
Holy shit.
what you paid the day of?
yeah.
What was
It
it?
was like close to 700 for
Oh
per flight. So
no.
it was me and my friend Kyle.
Oh my god.
So I spent like
1,400.
close to 1,400 for like just the weekend
weekend.
trip. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Dude, this is why, ladies.
So I
and
told my
gentlemen,
friend
you
the
have to be
next
careful.
month, I was like, hey, I mean, if you I'm going to the Bahamas, so if you want to go to Seattle for free, I guess we still have that.
Damn.
Did anybody use it?
No, it went a waste.
Wow.
Oh. I
No,
would've
was,
taken it.
it was like,
I know.
where was my text, bro?
Where was the text? Where was the text for that? Like, you down? I didn't get no text.
All right. If you made it to the end of this video, everybody, that I keep doing my outro on the damn podcast. Like the video, subscribe, tell your mom, your dad, your grandma, your grandpa. No, stop. I honestly
Here,
meant
I
to-
got it. Ladies and gentlemen, the audio version of this goes up on Thursdays at 2 p.m. Art, do you want to tell them when the video goes up?
Thursdays at 2 p.m. on Spotify.
Fridays,
Fridays,
2 p.m. on YouTube, ladies
the
and
video
gentlemen.
version.
Oh, the video version. Oh yeah, Fridays at 2 p.m.
And
YouTube.
our
On
infos are
YouTube.
going to be down in the bio below. Austin, do you have anything to say?
Nope.
Follow us. Follow them on Instagram.
Follow
Press
Art
the
on Instagram.
like. Press the
Mhm.
like on YouTube.
Share this.
Share it.
Let everybody know. Come on.
Yeah. And we'll see you guys in next episode, the big 2-0.
2-0.